Phenomenal from inside the three-point line, 83%. Just 1 of 5 from outside, 2 for 4 from the line. Turkey, no free throws in this game, 0 for 3 from behind the three-point arc, and just 5 for 16 on the interior. Turnovers, Turkey with 10 turnovers already in the first quarter. USA with 7, a lot of those early on, 9 steals for USA, 4 for Turkey.
The US, who've averaged 14 steals a game in these championships, with 9 in the first quarter. And off the back of that good defense, they've scored 25 points, led by the 10 of Sexton. Carter Jr., 6 points and 5 rebounds as well. Well and truly in control, looking to make it 4 straight gold medals at under 17 level.
Well, you love the defensive intensity of USA. Doesn't matter who they bring off the bench. The intensity doesn't drop one bit, and I think if you're Turkey, there's 2 things you have to focus on. One, simply just take care of the ball. If you're going to miss shots, that's fine, but you don't want to give up one turnover after another turnover. The other thing is transition defense. If you miss on one end, everybody sprint back, get into the key, and get your defense set. USA has struggled against a Turkey half-court defense. A lot of their damage has been in transition, has been from steals.
Start of the second quarter, and we see the depth of the US outscoring Turkey 12-2, the bench players. USA up by 15, 25-10. Turkey trying to cut into that deficit, and they've turned it over right out of the gates in the second quarter.
Well, yeah, clearly not what they wanted at all, but now they put on a press. Let's see if they can disrupt USA a little bit.
Sexton trying to get over half court past 2 of them. Quickly down the baseline, back out to the perimeter. It comes to the near side to Quickly again from the foul line. Just a little left of the basket from Wiley. It's going to be Turkey ball.
Yeah, and when Turkey can get set defensively, it's difficult for USA to score on them. They're big inside, they box out well. It's just a matter of taking care of the basketball.
Hughes to Afsash. Hughes again. Hughes looking to drive out to the perimeter, foot on the line. It'll be a long 2, doesn't go anyway. The US pushing the ball with Quickly, who tries to squeeze it in. Hughes poked away from behind. Great effort from Jackson Jr. And then a foul on half court by Mustafa.
Looks like an unsportsmanlike foul, and that's a good call. Gary Trent Jr. with a head of steam, headed to the basket one more time behind the back. Mustafa just grabs him as he goes by. 2 shots and the ball.
Mustafa, who had a good game against the US in the group stage, 12 points in 12 minutes. The US with a chance to build their lead from the stripe here with Gary Trent Jr., son of a former NBA star.
One of the great college players of the 90s, Gary Trent from Ohio University, the Shaq of the MAC. Not as big as his dad, but has that fire and his same athleticism. He's going to be quite a player. He's somebody you want to watch over the next few years.
Averaging 12 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, 2.3 steals. At these championships in 23 minutes, shooting 40% from the field. He's got 6 points here in the final. Cross it goes to the far side. Back now to Devontae Smart towards the foul line. Out to Trent Jr. again. Across to the far side from Cartier-Gordon. Quickly looking to attack. Cartier-Gordon can't finish, but the tip from the athletic Wendell Carter Jr.
We knew it was coming. There's going to be more zone from Turkey. USA did well, moved the ball from one side to the other, got it to the high post, and eventually a tip back.
8 points and 6 rebounds for him. 19-point American lead. Mustafa. The crossover, the quick dribble into the paint from Betim. Can't hit. The tip is good. Turkey needing each and every point at the moment. Quickly pinging onto the ball From Smart to Trent Jr. Javonte Smart again, Trent Jr. And Smart back to quickly, final 5 seconds, long three. Offensive board again, Cartier-Gordon. Finally Turkey come up with a rebound. Now Hughes trying to find Batim, just a lack of communication from Turkey.
And Hughes and Batim so far in this game trying to do a little bit too much, not playing within themselves. And that's tough to swallow if you're the Turkey coach, because on one end, the team probably had their best defensive possession of the entire game, got out into the break, just couldn't finish.
Hughes takes a seat. The team's still in the game. 13th turnover for the Turks already here in the gold medal match. And already it's looking like a huge mountain to climb. Foul before the shot. And it's an offensive foul. The first on Wendell Carter Jr.
I mean, it's a tough call. He's trying to get set, maybe a little bit over-eager on the screen.
Batim. Turkey need to do something they haven't done since the opening couple of minutes, and that's go on a run. Mustafa on the far side wanted the ball, drives the baseline, ran into the double team. Duran trying to step away. All very tight for Turkey at the moment. Mustafa gets it up, can't hit at the end of the shot clock. The tip this time no good, out of bounds. It's still going to be Turkey ball though.
And the USA defense is swarming. If you beat one player, there's a second level of defense that stands in your way. And that's what USA has done so well in this tournament. All 5 guys playing as a team, communicating. Turkey just no options right now in the offensive end.
The team hanging high in towards Duran. Shot clock at 5 again. Duran over the top of the defense, can't hit.
He's done well to create space, just hasn't finished in this game.
Knocked away from behind. Turkey come up with the steal. Mustafa, chance in transition. Awkward shot though, wouldn't go. The team trying to grab it, saved brilliantly on the baseline for the US. Quick offense for them. Trent Jr. can't hit the three. Offensive board for Smart. Nice pass underneath and a tidy finish for Gordon.
And really, if you could point to one difference between these teams, it's that in transition, USA is able to finish, and Turkey in transition, shooting very poorly and turning the ball over.
19-point advantage again off the foot of Troy Brown.
There you see the great pass by Smart, no look, but a great finish as well. Here's Atash coming in, and finally we're going to see the 2 big men playing together, Duran and Atash, who had so much success in the quarterfinals.
Duran, let's see if that can change things for Turkey. Duran on the baseline, out to Batim. All of those big names on the floor right now for Turkey. Shot clock down to 3. Batim driving and hanging. Grabbed though by Gordon. Out quickly to Javonte Smart. 2 players getting in each other's way underneath the basket, but the US still come away with it in the foul.
It really is amazing. Over and over, USA is able to leak out and get fast breaks after missed shots. It just shouldn't happen at that level. Your 2 guards, your point guard and your shooting guard, as soon as the shot goes up, have to be sprinting back into the key to prevent that.
Second foul on Canuck. We've talked a lot about that Turkish character. We've not seen much of it just yet. They're finding life so difficult. The travel called on the US, so they turn it over. Turkey had 8 points in the first couple of minutes. They've scored just 4 since.
And this crowd, they really want Turkey to get into this game. They want to get excited about this game. It's been a little lackadaisical so far, but if Turkey can string a couple baskets together, this atmosphere is going to change completely.
Canuck down the baseline, forced away, back out to Duran. He's going to take on the 3. They still haven't hit one from the outside. Here goes Smart in transition, another no-look pass. Trent Jr. able to take the bump and put it in.
And Turkey tried to foul at the three-point line and prevent the fast break, but no such luck.
Very efficient game so far from Gary Trent Jr. for 8 points. Hyde in the game. He's not played a lot of these championships. Biden looking to drive, kicks it to Canuck. Canuck at the end of the shot clock gets the shot to go.
And that's gorgeous. Ball fake, 2 dribbles, get right to that 12-foot sweet spot, knock it out.
Wendell Carter Jr. against Duran, rolls to the baseline. Couldn't readjust, Atash grabs the rebound.
Duran's a big body, difficult to get around him.
Quick pass to Canuck. Nice little step in the paint, can't make back-to-back baskets though. And the US in transition. Oh, going for the big jam was Troy Brown.
We've seen him throughout this tournament, Troy Brown. He can shoot it from outside, he can finish, and he attacks the rim hard there, gets himself 2 free throws.
First foul on Duran, 3rd team foul for Turkey in the second quarter.
And Brown, he's another one of these guys you want to watch over the next few years. So talented, can do a little bit of everything. Good outside shooter, can play with his back to the basket, and in transition, as good as any of the forwards on this team. Again, he's only 16 years old, a year younger than a lot of these players.
That's his first point of this game, but he's averaging over 10 at the tournament, and over 6 rebounds and over 3 assists as well. And a team high 3 steals, doing a bit of everything. Biden. Across to the far side to Canuck. Canuck into the paint. Free passage to the hoop, puts it in. He's had a spark off the bench.
He's shown a little bit of skill. He can pull up and shoot and then takes it to the rim. Strong there. Turkey now needs to get a stop. See if they can get some momentum going into halftime.
19-point gap again. The US to the baseline, out to the perimeter. Trent Jr. clinging onto it. Troy Brown. Shot clock down to 5. Trent Jr. for 3. Hand in his face. Got it.
That's huge. When the shot clock is running down, who's going to be your playmaker? Gary Trent. Step back. Going left. Gorgeous shot.
He leads the way for the Americans with 11 points. Atash, can he get going? The hook shot. Can't get it to go off the glass. Second chance, should put this one in and does.
We haven't said his name much in this game. Hopefully that'll get him going a little bit. Just 4 points so far.
20-point game. Smart across to Gary Trent Jr. He's just hit one from the outside. This time finds Javonte Smart. Swung around the perimeter. Knox to take on another 3. Turkey come away with the ball. Canuck looking to move it quickly. So now plenty of space on the near side, but it's picked off by Knox. Here comes Knox on the trail.
Oh.
Chance at a 3-point play.
Gorgeous play by Knox. He thought he was going to go up for the dunk. He switched hands a la Michael Jordan in the 91 finals. Finished with the left hand. Beautiful.
Decision making for Turkey in the fast break. Letting them down on that occasion. The opportunity perhaps to pick out Sanel on the near side in plenty of space. All of a sudden the turnover and then the point swing, and now the US with a chance to stretch their lead to 23.
And watch out, they brought in Howard, USA team, to bust up this zone. He's the best shooter on the team, and now USA gets back into a press.
Marcus Howard led 6 players in double figures in the semi-final with 16 points in 19 minutes. Here is Sanel for 3. Off the hop, trying to get it to go. Jackson Jr. comes down with the rebound. Turkey 0 of 5 from downtown. Marcus Howard moved on to Jackson Jr. Pretty spin move. Offensive board for Knox. And another chance at a 3-point play for Kevin Knox.
What you love about Knox is his balance. He's able to take contact and still finish. Still has the beautiful touch whether he gets hit or not. He now has a chance to move up to 8 points. And he's been impressive all tournament long.
Knox to try and complete the 3-point play. Does this time after he failed just a few moments earlier.
But he shot free throws very well in this tournament. 11 to 12 coming into this game. And for big men, so important so teams don't foul you when you have an easy layup.
The US really showing their depth. Sexton, 10 points in the first quarter, hasn't played in the second until now. And Knox coming in for 8 points in the second quarter. They can all score. They're up by 25. Pied in to Ija in the game after those 3 early fouls. He's had some time on the bench. Able to recover the loose ball. Ija getting to the baseline with 3 over the top of the basket for Saibish at the end of the shot clock. Here comes Sexton behind the back. Great play from Sexton. Woo! Coast to coast, pretty moves all the way.
I'll tell you what, he is exciting to watch. Can handle the ball at speed as good as anybody we've seen, and man, what a finisher.
12 points for Sexton now. Saibish puts it on the floor this time, gets away from 2, the block from behind by Jackson Jr. Shot clock still ticking, final seconds, long 3, short, and Jackson Jr. with the rebound as well.
Travel on Sexton, he's got to put the ball down right away, but great rebound by Jackson Jr. And for USA, this is where good teams put inferior teams away. Sexton one more time, left-hand dribble, and what a finish. I mean, do you tighten the vice here, or do you allow a team like Turkey to string a few baskets together and give them a little bit of hope going into the second half?
Just over 1 minute remaining in the first half for USA. Absolutely dominant here again, lead by 27, 45 to 18. A rare bit of joy for them there as Mert Canuck put that one in.
Pres yapıyorlar böyle. Buraya bir tane kimse girmiyor. Pas. 3'e 2'ye kalacağız. Sorumlu kalın. Erkin buradan buraya pas atmak zorunda kalıyor. Sayı atabilirsek. 2-2-1. Dönüş 2-3 zor. Herkes geriye koysun oğlum. Hey haydi. Hücuma geldik. Bekle, top buradan çıkıyor. Furkan adımını basmak. Adımı bas. Öyle ol. Erkin sen bu skill'i yapacaksın. Leon sen burayı kullanacak oyuncusun. Tamam mı? Belki oynadın, alttan varsa var, yoksa pozdan. Screen senden. Ya pick and roll ya içeriye gidelim. Haydi.
A look at the team leaders for the USA. 12 points for Sexton, now overtaking Trent Jr. 7 rebounds for Carter Jr. And they've spread the assists around as a team.
There you see Canuck, 2 quick baskets to give a little bit of life to this Turkey team. And these last 1 minute and 15 seconds, so vitally important for them.
Canuck leads the way for Turkey with 6 points off the bench.
Only a few minutes we saw Durant and Atash together in the game at the same time. You'd like to think they're going to start the second half like that.
So now, final minute of the first half coming up. Ija. Around the screen of Saibish. Ija out to Sanel. Final seconds of the shot clock. He puts it up a little too long. Offensive board Atash, but he can't finish.
And again, Turkey missing so many point-blank shots.
Sexton looking to go all the way again. Back to the perimeter. The 3 for Brown, short. Turkey looking to run and gun with Sanel. The teardrop, good, beautiful shot.
This is far too easy. It's too early in this game for USA not to get back on defense.
Sanel misses the attempt to steal. Trying to go behind the back was Jackson Jr. Maybe too early for the party tricks for the US as well.
Yeah, Coach Showalter on the USA side is not happy with that. Last 2 possessions, very lackadaisical from USA behind the back.
Still their ball. Sexton to the corner. Wide open 3 off the inbound pass. Good.
We talked about Brown. He could score inside, but a beautiful stroke as well.
Sanel, another teardrop, not this time, and the ball sticks between the backboard and the rim. We talk about that stroke from Troy Brown. He's only shooting 22% from the outside, but we've seen the beautiful stroke a few times now.
Absolutely. I mean, you could just see the mechanics are there. It's just a matter of having the confidence to go with it. Usually for shooters, if you don't have that confidence, you're going to struggle a little bit. Sometimes it just takes 1 or 2 to go down, and all of a sudden, you're on fire.
Knox with a quick pass, across to the far side. Open 3 for Jackson Jr. and tipped in as it came down off the top of the backboard by Troy Brown. Turkey losing it off the inbound pass. Not sure that was in time from Marcus Howard, but what a half from the USA as they hit the half-century mark. They lead Turkey by 30. After a good start for the Turks in the opening few minutes, they crumbled, and the lead for the US has grown and grown. Behind the 12 points of Colin Sexton and 11 from Gary Trent Jr. They have one hand firmly on that gold medal again.
What an incredible half by USA. No letdown whatsoever. Defensively, they did it. Forcing turnovers, forcing 15 turnovers. And then offensively, they got out in transition and did what they've always done in this tournament. There you see USA 50-20.
The USA stealing the ball on 12 occasions as well. We'll see the shooting numbers first. Dominant inside, haven't really needed to make too many of those outside shots. Turkey 0 of 8 from three-point land, just 30% inside. They haven't got to the foul line in the whole of the first half.
Some game leader Sexton, he was electric, 12 points. Carter Jr. with 7 big rebounds. Panook for Turkey, a little bit of life off the bench with 6 points. Trent Jr. with 11 knocks. The second with 8. Atash, 4 points. And Sanel, 4 points as well.
Well, the big mountain to climb for Turkey has turned perhaps into mission impossible now. Down 30 against the US at the break, despite their best efforts to start strongly. Sanel has provided a bit of a spark off the bench, as too has Canuck, but they just haven't done enough. And Atash has struggled, Duran has struggled, the team has struggled. Big name players needed big games and they haven't got them against the US. Sexton leading the way with 12 points. Wendell Carter Jr. 8.7 rebounds. A big half for him. The US gunning down the gold. And perhaps now just 20 minutes of basketball away. So the halftime score in Zaragoza, the USA 50, Turkey 20 in the gold medal match of the FIBA Under-17 World Championships. Join us for the second half here in around 10 minutes' time.
19-8, adiós. Miren qué guapo soy con corbata y todo. Coño, podríais haber venido así disfrazados todos los días. Camisa de estas de ir a misa. Vale. Me ve de rojo y gordito Papá Noel.
Welcome back to the Siglo XXI Arena in Zaragoza. Colin Sexton leading the way for the USA as they lead Turkey by 30. Sexton 6 of 6 from the field for his 12 points. And has shown us a bit of everything inside and out in the first half. And for Turkey leading the way, the 12 points off the bench, or the 6 points off the bench for the number 12, I should say, Canuck. But their big names have struggled. Ahmet Can Duran, just 1 of 6 from the field, as to his Onuralp Bitin. And Canuck has had to come in and try and have his say, but Turkey down big, down by 30, as we get ready to start the second half of this FIBA Under-17 World Championship gold medal match.
Well, USA has been electric in the first half. 32 points in the paint for the Americans. That's just far too many to give up for Turkey. And that's something coach would have talked to them about in the locker room is, first of all, you got to get back on defense, and then we have to rebound. We have to rebound the ball. I think the one negative for USA is they did give up 8 offensive rebounds to Turkey and allowed them to have second chance points. 8 of their 20 points came from second chance points. And the difference that we talked about in finishing on the break, Turkey, so many bad decisions on the break, missing easy layups, making turnovers. If they want to have any chance to get back into this game, they've got to be efficient with fast breaks.
One half of basketball to go here in the FIBA Under-17 World Championship. The USA closing in on the gold medal again. No matter what happens here for Turkey, it will be a historic championship for them, their first ever medal at their first ever appearance at this tournament. It looks for all the world though like it's going to be the silver.
Well, they'd definitely be happy with a silver. To come here and be the second best team in the world would be a phenomenal achievement, but they want to have a good showing in the gold medal match. Incredible upsets in the quarterfinals and the semifinals against Spain and overtime to get here. But so far, they haven't shown that same level of fight that we've been accustomed to. They started out well, went up 8-2, and then folded since then. So are they going to be able to show the Turkey that we've come to know and love in this tournament? As we start the second half, we'll see.
We talked about how fresh the Americans were. They've spread their minutes around so efficiently. Nobody playing less than 12 minutes, nobody playing more than 23 and a half. Haven't really been tested at these championships yet. And Turkey having to play an overtime game, having to show that character, dig deep so many times. Maybe they're just a little worn out for this final.
Well, it's possible, but nevertheless, you still got to show that fight.
So now knocked away from Duran, and a turnover right off the bat at the start of the second half.
What defense to recover by Brown. Got held up on the screen and quickly recovered to get the steal.
The team off the floor. No, actually, beg your pardon, the team is on the floor as Wendell Carter Jr. looks to attack.
And Carter Jr. just uses his body to create space. Gets all the way near the hoop and then forces the foul from Durant.
The USA looking to score the first points of this second half. Wendell Carter Jr. misses the foul shot.
And he's been dealing with a wrist injury throughout this tournament. It hasn't affected his rebounding though, averaging 7.3 rebounds a game in this tournament.
9.7 boards for him in the final, on course for a double-double perhaps. So now, putting over half court. The USA still looking to play tough on defense as Ija moves it on, gets it back from Atash. Ija looking to prod and probe, but so difficult against this defense, and it's knocked away by Carter Jr. Gary Trent Jr. pulls up for the three. Duran with the rebound. Ija looking to push the ball quickly. Down court, nice switch of hands, and the follow through from Bitin. He was going to get it one way or another.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that. Still, you like the aggressiveness Following up the shot, misses the tip jam, tries to grab it with the other hand. Now, that's something you would see in a dunk contest, but not legal in the international game.
One or two of these Americans that you might see in future dunk contests in a few years' time. So athletic. A miss from the outside from Javonte Smart. Here's Gary Trent Jr. out to Smart. He'll try again for three. Another miss. Turkey just can't grab the ball, though.
USA is going to reset. Let's see if they can run their set all the way through and get the shot they want.
Troy Brown through the legs. Long two, high arc, won't go. Rebound grabbed by Durant. Push forward to Sanel. Turkey looking for their first points of the second half. Durant puts the ball on the floor, drives at his opposite number, back out to the perimeter. The team, Durant, up against Wendell Carter Jr. again, spins towards the baseline, tries to readjust. It's good defense.
And we thought Durant and Tash would start the game together, which they do, but not effective so far.
Nice composure as it goes in off the glass from Gary Trent Jr. He now has 13 to lead the US.
He always seems to pop up in the open spots. And again, such a good finisher. Him and Sexton, one of the best finishers we've seen at this age level.
So now for three. First of the game from the outside for Turkey after missing 8 straight. Smart to Carter Jr. Just clings onto the ball, back out to the perimeter to Smart again. Now he looks to spin towards the baseline. Can't finish the first time, he can the second time though.
How quick did he get off the ground after he missed the initial shot? Right there to follow up, get the rebound, and put it back in.
And a really good performance against Turkey in the group. And he's having another one here in the final. Aija trying to find a Tash, out to Sanel, just hit a three-pointer, this time drives inside, hangs it high over the top of Wendell Carter Jr. Came down with snow on it.
And he's feeling it a little bit right now up to 9 points, leading the team. Let's see if that kickstarts his teammates as well.
Carter Jr. out to Knox, turns it over. Turkey hoping to go on a little bit of a run.
And why not? Because USA doesn't have the same intensity on defense right now as we saw early on, and that's expected. They're up by 30, but Turkey has a chance to take advantage.
Aija to Batim, Batim in towards a Tash. Tash under the hoop, good composure from him, and he puts it in.
And that's a nice move. Use your body and use the rim as well to avoid the shot blocker.
Batim and Durant have struggled. Tash 3 of 5 though for 6 points from the field. Coming together there between Durant and Carter Jr. Two big bodies clashing.
And they've been battling throughout this game, but that's the 4th foul on Durant. He's got to come out. Foul trouble has been a problem for him throughout the tournament, despite being fantastic on offense and leading his team in scoring. There you see him just grabbing the arms of Carter Jr.
Certainly not the gold medal game he dreamt of last night. 1 of 6 from the field for just 2 points and now 4 fouls. Wendell Carter Jr. backing in against a Tash. In and out. And the rebound Brown and a whistle.
What Turkey did so well in the semifinal game is rebound as a team. It's almost like they built a fort around the rim, all 5 guys working together. Carter misses the shot. Troy Brown swoops in, but team never put a body on him.
Inbound from Smart. This is Trent Jr. behind the back. Wendell Carter Jr. very aggressive again, but guarded all the way by a Tash.
Now Turkey can push here.
Hughes. Tash coming maybe to set the screen. Hughes went the other way, and he was caught. Wendell Carter Jr. has the Turks a little bit wild at the moment.
Here's a Hughes with a quick move by Brown, forces the foul. We've seen him really develop and mature throughout this tournament. He started out slow, making a lot of turnovers. Didn't really run the team very well. That was one of the problems with Turkey and why they were so inconsistent in the group stages. But he's really come along. In the semifinal, had his best game, hit some huge shots. And regardless, remember, these guys are going to come away with a medal no matter what happens today.
Accuse, Atash setting the screen again. Accuse goes to the far side of the paint. Pirouette move, but he can't finish, and it's going to be US ball. And there's plenty to play for still for these Turkish players. They're playing for minutes in future tournaments. They're playing for pride, of course. And they're playing to try and develop against some of the best young players in the world.
Absolutely, but you're always playing for pride. You should never, no matter what the score is, you should never be out there just going through the motions and going up and down. Turkey needs to pick it up a little bit. This isn't the team that we saw in the quarterfinals or the semifinals that felt like they could beat anybody.
Oh, the follow almost went for Wiley. That would have been a highlight reel play. Here comes Sanel, and he's fouled in transition.
And whoever USA brings off the bench, they lose nothing. You take out Carter Jr., you bring in Wiley. He almost gets the put-back dunk, and Sanel pushes it on the other end and forces the foul.
The US at the moment with more than double Turkey's tally, 55-27, midway point of the third. The team gets the defense in the air, steps away for the three. Another miss for him. The rebound, Wiley. Driving move here, and the big block from Betim. After that on Smart.
Yeah, that's his first foul. Here you see him going all the way to the hole. But Betim, he can get up. And you don't want from your players, if you make a mistake or if you get your shot blocked or you make a turnover, you don't want to compound that by making a foul on the other end.
Hughes gets it back from Atash. Now Sanel. Atash was looking for the ball, got an elbow in the face, able to recover. Atash battling towards the baseline, trying to flip it up past Wiley, who's called for the contact.
Good, strong move. Uses his up fakes, uses his body to create a little bit of space and force the foul. He's going to go to the free throw line. This gets Wiley off the ground enough to go underneath him. Remember, this is a guy that had 28 points and 15 rebounds in the quarterfinal against Canada. He's a very capable player.
Just 2 points and 1 rebound against the US in the group. We've seen the best and the worst of Atash, but he's had an impact more than any of the other big names for Turkey on this final.
Well, he's a guy that plays with confidence. If his confidence is going well, he can do a lot underneath, great moves. But if he doesn't have confidence, he struggles.
Trent Jr. with the easy layup.
Well, how many times can we say it? What a fantastic finisher. He's near the rim. It doesn't matter that he's up against a nearly 7-foot Atash. He's going to finish anyway.
Made it look easy. Accuse. Sanel. Sanel looking to attack Marcus Howard. Goes into the paint, tries to find Betim. Miscommunication though. And here comes Sexton. There's the dish pass and the big dunk for Wiley.
The speed of Sexton, Turkey just couldn't get back in time. Wiley's come on and made an impact here in the second half.
His first score, but he's pulled down 3 rebounds. Betim. 3.5 to go in the third. Betim into the paint. Big rejection from Wiley. And now Sexton. The bounce pass. Wiley couldn't quite complete what would have been one of the plays of the tournament.
Well, you said it. Fantastic by USA, one end to the other. And check out Wiley running the floor. Gets the block, sprints all the way down, and gets rewarded by his guard, Sexton. Almost with the dunk. Whoa, man.
You talked about his impact here in the third quarter. What an impact.
And again, we'll say it, USA, doesn't matter who they bring off the bench, they lose nothing. Wiley could start, Carter Jr. could start, Jackson Jr. could start down low. All of them come in and contribute.
Wiley had 12 points in 12 minutes in the quarterfinal, 6 of 8 from the field. Only played 7 minutes in the semi-final, but still pulled down 5 rebounds. He's only played 5 minutes here, but he's got 5 points and 3 boards. Hughes clinging on to the ball.
Well, he wants to go against Sexton. He wants that challenge.
Steps back for the three, hand in his face. Too long. Rebound Wiley again. Trent Jr. going through the gears across to the far side. Howard for three. Yes, beautiful.
Howard's a fantastic shooter. He lit up the semifinal game against Lithuania. That's the first time he shot it from outside.
He shot nearly 50% from three-point range in this tournament. Atash this time fouled by Wiley.
Good strong move by Atash. I feel like that's a name we're going to hear more in the future because he's so skilled down low. Here's the block by Wiley. Sprints the other direction. And the fans, the USA fans, love it. They can smell the gold medal right now. 12 and a half minutes left in this game.
That was the pass from Sexton. Wiley just couldn't quite add the exclamation mark at the end of a superb passage of play for the Americans. Atash at the line with 2.5 to play. And the third makes that one. Atash with 9 points and 6 rebounds now. Not a bad return. Trent Jr. to Sexton. Sexton, oh, what a pass that is to Howard. Chance for back-to-back threes, yes.
He shoots as well as anybody in this tournament. When he gets it going, he could roll off 3 or 4 in a row.
That's as good an assist as you'll see at this tournament as well from Sexton. Atash to the baseline, bounce pass from him. Here come the US, 4 against 2, fast break. Howard called for a travel.
A little bit too much on the break there from Howard, but there's the pass from Sexton from one end to the other. And Howard with the sweet stroke.
Hughes onto the left hand, back onto the right. Pretty move to dash through the paint and finish.
And that's a nice move. You don't see guys blowing by Sexton very often.
Trent Jr. banks it in. Such an efficient game from him today.
Well, it absolutely is. But coaches, you love players who use the fundamentals 8 feet away from the hoop. Just nice little bank shot off the glass. Get yourself 2 points.
He's missed a couple from downtown, but 6 of 6 inside. Off Sash, not finish. Atash trying to knock it down, grabbed by Hughes. Hughes with a little teardrop. Back-to-back field goals for him.
Well, he's feeling it. He wants the challenge. He wants to go one-on-one. There's a steal in the other way.
Brown able to come away with it though. Final minute of the third. Brown, they're going to go coast to coast and will go to the line.
And the game's starting to get a little bit sloppy here. As it's almost inevitable. It is inevitable. USA will come away with the gold medal. Brown going all the way. Gets himself to the free throw line.
Final minute of the third. The gap is 35 in favour of the defending gold medalists. They're going to get their hands back on the trophy. Jordan Brown at the foul line hitting the first. That's his first point of the final. Jackson Jr. and Javonte Smart, the only Americans yet to score. Hughes, who's hit 2 field goals in a row, his first scores of the game. Driving onto the right hand, looking to make it 3 in a row, not that time.
Good move by him, though.
Sexton. No look pass and the finish for the US.
I don't think there's anything more exciting in this tournament than Sexton out in the open floor with the ball. He can just do so much.
Leading the way for his team in assists. Duran out to the corner. Mustafa for 3. In and out. The tip is good. Howard, final seconds of the third. Back to Sexton, who's now got 6 assists as well as 12 points. Hasn't scored in the third quarter, but he's provided some highlight reel assists, and he was looking to score there. So the end of the third, the USA just 10 minutes away from claiming their 4th straight gold medal in the FIBA Under-17 World Championships, despite the best efforts of Accuse. A couple of nice field goals from him. Sexton, though, taking over.
What a pass. What a pass by Sexton. One more time, no look. Drops it off to the big man.
At the end of 3, USA 73, Turkey 36.
Let's check out those stats. If you're a Turkish fan, cover your eyes. Rough, 1 for 12 from the three-point line. Not much better inside. 15 for 47. Only got themselves to the foul line for 4 attempts. Some of the game leaders, Trent Jr. with 17 points. Carter Jr. with 8 rebounds. Sanel, he was feeling it a little bit in the third quarter. He has 9 points.
Some players have come off the bench for Turkey to have an impact, although the players they needed to have big games haven't. The team just 2 points. Duran just 2 points and 4 fouls. Atash, the one shining light, 9 points, 6 rebounds. The Americans really enjoying the occasion here in Zaragoza. 10 minutes away from getting their hands on the gold again.
And we knew if Turkey was going to stay in this game, they had to hit the long ball. Just 1 for 12 from downtown. And that makes it difficult for your interior guys because the defense starts sagging down. There's more help. And of course, Duran and Asash have had a very difficult time today.
Start to the final quarter of these Under-17 World Championships. Troy Brown on to Jordan Brown, trying to muscle his way towards the rim. Offensive boards and a foul as Cartier-Gordon rose. Hasn't played a great deal, Cartier-Gordon. Another big man who can have a huge impact.
Well, he's a great prospect as well. And, you know, speaking of prospects, at this game and throughout the tournament, there's been dozens of college coaches that have made the trip from the USA to look at these players. We've even seen some NBA scouts here to check out some of the stars of the tournament.
Offensive rebound nearly for Jordan Brown off the missed foul shot. Cartier-Gordon's actually the US's second leading scorer throughout this tournament before today. He's only played 7.5 minutes of the final. That just illustrates once again the strength and depth as Duran eventually gets one to go.
Well, he needed that. Just 1 for 8 before that shot. He struggled. The team has struggled just 1 for 9. Those are your go-to guys. Difficult when those guys aren't connecting.
Quickly. They back off him on the perimeter. He tries the high entry pass towards Brown, and there was a foul. Third on Canuck.
There you see a clear foul by Canuck. He's been one of the bright spots for this Turkish team today.
Jordan Brown fizzes it in to Quickly. Defense got a piece of it. Good block. Here come Turkey in transition. Accused towards the baseline. Nice pass to the far side. The 3 for Canuck off the mark. Quickly to Howard for 3. Offensive board, Cartier-Gordon, and another foul.
And that's why Gordon averages 13 points in 14 minutes a game in this tournament, because he's always around the ball, he's always active, he gets offensive rebounds. And in that situation, there's nothing Turkey can do but foul.
USA have rotated those big men throughout the tournament. Cartier-Gordon, Wendell Carter Jr. and Austin Wiley, none of them playing more than 15 minutes a game. And they're all averaging not too far off a point a minute. Second one goes for Cartier-Gordon, 5.7 rebounds in 8 minutes for him. Hughes harassed by Howard. Trying to get away from him and does. Went through the gears and lays it up and in. He's had a good second half.
And one thing you can say about him is he's fearless. He wants to go to the hole. When he sees an opening, he goes straight to the rack and able to finish there.
The crossover from Howard, able to hang in the air, couldn't hit. Another offensive rebound for the Americans. The miss though from Jackson Jr.
Turkey now with a chance to push. They've got numbers.
Knocked away by Quickly. Another steal, 17 in the game. Quickly over the head, spin to the baseline from Gordon. Back onto his right hand. Couldn't quite get the drop. Quick pass, Canuck able to put it in.
I don't know how that ball got through there, but Canuck is happy. Scores another.
Quickly. Cartier Gordon thought about the long two. Brings Howard into play instead. He runs underneath the basket. Around to the far side to Quickly again. Guarded by Mustafa. Behind the back it goes towards the baseline. The USA trying to move it around. Knocked away from behind though. Jackson Jr. wanted a foul. And Hughes. Again, fearless play from him. And he gets the basket and the contact. Plenty of it.
And this is great for him and his development. We talked about his inconsistency in this tournament. Really struggled in the group games. But here in the second half, you see him finish over the outstretched arms of Gordon. He's kind of turned it on. You could almost see the maturity happening in front of us. His confidence is growing. He knows he can play against these USA players. And that's going to be so beneficial going forward for him in the Turkish program.
Hughes looking to add the extra point and does. 9 points, 3 rebounds in 19 minutes. Quickly to Knox. Knox with a handoff on the outside. Troy Brown driving into the paint. Fades away, nails the shot from the foul line.
Troy Brown completely in control. 2 dribbles to the middle, let the defense fly by and knock down the jumper.
Hughes feeling very confident up against Howard, clinging onto the ball. And there's a foul to the right of your picture off the ball.
One thing to be confident, you still got to work with your teammates. Atosh down low, working hard, he wants the ball. Hughes going to the hole strong in the last play.
First foul on Knox, 31-point game in the final. Durant trying to fire it in from the foul line, picked off though by Troy Brown, who's had a good game. Quickly across to the far side, Knox, another 3 for him, too long. He's taken more in this game than he had in the whole of the tournament. Hughes trying to work it to the corner. Turns it over.
Well, Hughes wants a foul there. He probably has a right to argue that. Nevertheless, it'll be USA ball, and it's kind of turned into an all-star game here in the last few minutes. Just up and down, not a lot of defense being played. I think both teams are happy to collect their medals at this point.
Quickly into the paint it goes. Hard work from Jackson Jr. to bank it in. Hughes up against Howard again. And in the way, Troy Brown, who's been so diligent throughout.
And he's still playing hard, still getting into passing lanes, getting rebounds. And you love to see that if you're a coach. It doesn't matter what the score is. You're going to play as hard as you can at any point in the game.
Knocked away from behind. The steal again. Knox. And he's fouled by Atash.
Now 23 turnovers for Turkey. If they wanted to have any chance in this game, they needed to have 8, 9, 10 turnovers max. That's killed them.
19 of those turnovers from steals. Quickly moving it on, the screen set here by Knox. Brown trying to get free into Knox, who spins towards the baseline, knocked away, still US ball.
For Turkey, you got to keep going hard because you're playing for your minutes next year in the program. 2 years' time when you go to the under-19s, coaches remember these things. They remember their players who are playing right to the very end.
Great for entertainment value for these final 5.5 minutes to see Sexton back in the ball game. Howard, long three, nothing but net.
And good for entertainment value to see him in the game as well. Can shoot it from anywhere on the floor.
9 points in the final. Hughes, Sexton trying to come up with the steal, almost did. Smile on his face, really enjoying the gold medal match. Hughes for three, so is he.
A nice little battle developing between Hughes and Sexton right now. Hughes not backing down one bit, and Sexton wants to go at him.
Sexton hangs it high off the glass. Beautifully done.
It's like we're watching a game at Rucker Park. One-on-one, back and forth. Sexton and Hughes. What's Hughes going to do right now?
Hughes handling the ball up against Sexton. Atash setting the screen, trying to help out his teammate. Behind the back goes Hughes. There's the pass to Atash, and the smothering defense as Jackson Jr. made sure there was no way Atash could put that in.
I love it. Hughes wants the ball. He wants to go at Sexton. Lost it momentarily in a beautiful little dump pass down low. Forced the foul. Atash is going to get to the free throw line.
Sexton called for his second foul. 14 points, 7 assists in just 16 minutes on court here in the final. So productive, so efficient, so promising.
And I guarantee you, Sexton is saying, give me the ball. I'm going at this guy.
Atash gets the foul shot to go. Double figures for him now. Joining Hughes at that milestone. Hughes leads the way with 12. Gets the both, 11 for the number 11. Quick quarterback pass down court to Howard, another three for him. Turkey able to recover on the boards. How quickly down court are they? They can't get the tip though. End to end now, long forward to Howard, but he can't keep it in on the baseline.
Sloppy stuff, but Atash a little disappointed on the other end. You've got to dunk that, big guy. At the very worst, you're going to draw a foul and get yourself to the free throw line. You can't be too finessey, if that's a word, in the fast break situation.
It is now. The USA have been very finessey throughout this final, 83-50. Long pass for him quickly, but too long again.
2 long turnovers, forcing the USA players to turn into hurdlers to avoid that sign at the bottom. Here's our guy, Sexton. So explosive.
Final 4 minutes of the gold medal match. The USA by 33. About to win their 4th straight under-17 World Championship. Great move from Atash. Really positive and powerful play.
And the reason that worked for Atash is he did all the hard work before he got the ball. Got so deep under the hoop, the only thing he could do is turn and score.
2 players down on the deck. Atash called for the foul. Tangled up with Wiley. As the entry pass came in from Sexton. Wiley at the line, looking to add to his 4 points and 4 rebounds.
You start looking ahead now. Who are going to be the players from this tournament to make the All-Star 5? You can pick any number of these USA players. Colin Sexton, no question, he's going to be on that list. Maybe Wendell Carter Jr., maybe Troy Brown. Maybe Cartier Gordon, even though he didn't play very much today. And then, of course, from the other teams, Sergi Martinez maybe. Velitska from Lithuania. We'll see. It's going to be interesting.
Really impressed with Velitska earlier on in the bronze medal match, leading Lithuania onto the podium as they beat Spain. Final 3.5 minutes of the gold medal match. Saibish. Now Atash couldn't get the roll. Perhaps should have finished. Sexton fizzes the pass in. Brilliant play. Well, if this is where the stars of tomorrow are born, happy birthday, Colin Sexton.
Wow. And remember that name. He has all the tools to be a big-time star for years and years to come.
Sexton, 14 points and 8 assists. Rebound Wiley. Here comes quickly for the big jam.
Great defensive player. Hasn't done a lot offensively in this game, but showed his athleticism right there.
Saibish off to Accuse. Final 2.5 minutes. Accuse harassed by Howard again. Backs off, wants to take him on. Howard with the steal, won that battle. Here comes quickly all the way down court. Hangs it high! Well, the land of the free.
Whoa, shut it down.
Amazing.
Oh, wow.
Remember the name indeed. Play of the tournament. Colin Sexton taking over.
I think our guy Pons from France might have a say about play of the tournament, but definitely play of the day for Sexton. Here's Brown on one end. Great pass by Sexton. Doing it all today. Quickly off the backboard to Sexton. Place was absolutely crazy. The crowd, big standing ovation for Carter Jr., who checks out, and Sexton as well.
If he wasn't already going to be the MVP of the tournament, that might just have sealed it.
Can't imagine who else it would be. You go back and you look at the All-Star 5 we were talking about. Let's not forget Musa from Bosnia, whose team didn't make the quarterfinals, had a 50-point game in this tournament.
A player with experience at the top level in Europe already in terms of senior action. Certainly one to watch for the future. So many of these players will go on and become top stars, either here or across the pond. Here's Howard, back to Smart, final 2 minutes of the final. Driving and fouled by Mustafa.
You know, if nothing else, Turkey has a chance to hold USA under 100 points. When you're on the court, you always got to think there's always something to play for. Your Turkey right now, get in a defensive stance, hold this team under 100 points.
The US have averaged 108 at these championships. Smart hits the foul shot and gets them 92.
Which is a small, I mean, considering you have 24 turnovers, if your Turkey give up 54 points in the paint, holding USA to under 100 points is a small achievement.
Hughes, final minute and a half. Steps back beyond the three-point line, final seconds of the shot clock. Hughes has to put it up, off balance for three. Rebound grabbed by Jordan Brown. Here come the US again, charging forward. Howard from the outside, short. And a foul underneath.
Right now the US is hunting highlights. Everyone's sprinting down to see if they can get a dunk. Instead, Brown is going to head to the free throw line for 2 shots. And now Hughes checks out of the game. He was fantastic today, led his team in scoring for much of the game. Ended up second with 12 points. Atash, of course, with 13. And interesting because just checks in now. He played the first 2 minutes of the game, picked up 3 fouls. We barely heard from him since.
Brown at the foul line. Gets that one to go as well. And USA maybe will just fall short of the century mark here in the final. We've seen some tremendous highlight reel plays. Great play all round on defense and offense for them. So many players getting involved, and one of the stars of the tournament, and maybe one of the stars of the future, Colin Sexton, having such a huge say. 16 points and 8 assists, the player of the game as well. Gary Trent Jr. actually leads the way in scoring for the US, and that speaks volumes about his game because it's to a certain extent, gone underneath the radar.
Absolutely. He's very subtle. The reason is because he's so efficient. He just needs 1 or 2 dribbles. He can get his shot off, and he's so good finishing at the hoop. Those two are so good together, Trent Jr. and Sexton. I'd love to see them on USA teams in the under-19 level, at the senior level eventually maybe. I mean, so much talent on this USA team.
Step back three, no good. Trent Jr. a little more efficient, Sexton a little bit more finessey. Ija underneath the basket, Sanel puts it in.
And what's great at these tournaments is watching these players develop. Who's going to turn into the big-time EuroLeague players or the NBA players? Already some names to look at.
This tournament's seen the likes of Drummond and Beal, amongst many others. Most who haven't done too badly for themselves this summer. Final seconds of the final. One final shot. It's good for Javonte Smart. Immense, invincible, incomparable. The USA world champions for a 4th straight time. 30 straight wins at the Under-17 World Championships. Gold medalists again.
Well, it was all business throughout this tournament, but now USA, they can enjoy it. They're celebrating, jumping up and down. They're going to have themselves a 4th of July present to take back tomorrow. A nice, big gold medal from this tournament in Zaragoza.
So 30 games at this tournament since its inception in 2010. The US have won all of them and taken the gold medal on each occasion in 2010, 2012, 2014 and now in 2016. They win the final convincingly by 40 points over Turkey, behind the 17 points of Gary Trent Jr. and the 16 scintillating points of Colin Sexton, who also led the team in assists with 8. Wendell Carter Jr. in double figures as well, with 11 points and 8 rebounds. Turkey not good enough to challenge this US team, but nobody is, and they will be delighted to go home with the silver.
An incredible achievement to go home with the silver. Nobody thought they would be here. Upset Canada. The Cardiac Kids came back from a huge deficit. Did it again against Spain, down 12 at halftime in the semifinals. I mean, I don't think very many people thought they would even be able to get to the quarterfinals, let alone the gold medal game, so they can hold their heads up high. The only team to get within 20 points of USA in this tournament, they did it in the group stage.
The final score, USA 96, Turkey 56 in the gold medal match, and we'll have the medal presentations in just a few moments.
Let's check out the full game stats. USA didn't shoot well from three-point range, 7 for 24, but great inside, 29 for 51. Got to the free throw line 26 times, made 17 of them. Game leaders, Trent Jr. was 17, a very quiet 17 on the other side of Tosh with 13, 9 big rebounds for Duran. Akyüz, the point guard from Turkey, played very well in the second half. Sanel finished third in scoring for Turkey with 11.
A look at some of the highlights from the final. Great games all round for the Americans. Quickly with that tremendous highlight reel assist for Sexton towards the end that put the gloss on the win and just polished up that gold medal. Akyüz played really hard towards the end of the game. Too little, too late though. 12 points for him. Coach Showalter will be absolutely delighted with the efforts of his team. Colin Sexton leading the way, and Coach Elbas will be delighted for Turkey as well, perhaps not with the outcome, or maybe even the performance in the final, but certainly the performance for Turkey throughout this competition.
There's so many great performances on both ends of this team. You know, what you love about the Turkey team is they were so inconsistent early on. They were able to put it all together, to play as a team, to play for each other. Despite their poor free throw shooting, despite their poor three-point shooting, they just played with so much heart. They're going to be so happy to take that medal back to Turkey tomorrow morning on the plane. And for USA, they do it again, undefeated in this tournament. And, you know, good for them, because you saw the women, they lost for the first time. So the men felt like they had something to prove. They had to hold the flag and reach the gold medal game and win it.
Some tremendous highlights. The no-look pass there for Gary Trent Jr. Sanal did well off the bench for Turkey, hitting that outside shot. A 5-point burst as he hung it high over the top of Wendell Carter. But far easier said than done. Some big blocks at both ends of the court as well. One for Batim, one for Atash for Turkey. We said, though, about Turkey that if they were going to have a chance, and it was a slim chance, they would need all of their big-name players to have huge games, and they would need a contribution off the bench as well. They got a big game from Atash, they got half a game from Accuse, they got a contribution from the likes of Sanal and Canuck off the bench. Batim and Durant will be a little disappointed, though.
They will, and it really started from the beginning. Turkey came out, they were up 8-2, they looked great. USA looked flustered, turning the ball over. And then they were stuck on 8 points for about 4 minutes. They couldn't score on offense, they were turning the ball over, they lacked a little bit of composure. They didn't have that same kind of fight we saw in the semifinals and the quarterfinals, and everything slowly unraveled from there. You know, it's difficult sometimes with young players. It's hard to, when things aren't going well, to find that poise to put it together. And Accuse came to play, as you see the layup here, but not until late. He was needed early on to get this team together, to get everybody firing on all cylinders. Batim, I think, would be a little bit disappointed. He was immense in the semifinal. He was just 1 for 9 shooting the ball. But so many positives to take home for this Turkish team.
And those players will certainly develop from the disappointment of this performance as well, because they've had a chance to test themselves against the very best players in the world at this age, and they'll look to come back strong and learn from this experience. Colin Sexton, the human highlight reel, gave us so much to enjoy in that final.
And throughout the tournament, his speed and quickness is just too much to handle for any of these teams. I think it's almost inevitable he's going to be the MVP of this tournament. Troy Brown as well showed flashes of what he can do. Those two are names you're going to have to watch out for in the future. You know, let's not forget Carter Jr., who was big again, nearly a double-double as well. And you got to give credit to Coach Showalter of this American team. He was able to find minutes for all of his guys, 1 through 12, keep them all involved, keep everybody happy, and that's not easy to do for a coach when you're coaching a lot of guys who are used to being stars on their local teams, on their high school teams.
You can see there the stage is set here at the Siglo XXI Pavilion in Zaragoza for the presentation of the individual awards and the team medals and trophy. The USA, I'm sure, will be all over those individual awards. We'll have the All-Star 5 as well as the tournament MVP. Then we'll have the presentation of the bronze medals to Lithuania, the silvers to Turkey, and the golds to the US before the FIBA president, Horacio Muratore, hands the trophy to the Americans again. This is the time to enjoy the moment, take the photographs, celebrate with your teammates, your friends and your family and the fans. You know, they've thoroughly enjoyed this trip across the pond as well. I've seen them around the town and around the hotel and really enjoying the sights and sounds of Zaragoza. A number of the players' families have been around Spain to Barcelona to Madrid and really made a big vacation of this. But things got serious once they got here to Zaragoza, and their team didn't disappoint one bit.
And it's great for the USA programs to really invest into these youth levels, under 17, under 19 for a long time in the 80s and 90s. You just really didn't have any money going into the youth levels. They didn't have any international basketball experience. And that's important as they move up to the next level. These guys will move to under 19s and then some of them to the senior level eventually. So now they know what to expect is when they play these international tournaments. The style of ball, the travel calls are different. The foul calls are a little bit different, and that's important for the development of USA basketball.
We're just about set here in Zaragoza for the ceremony. It'll be great to watch out for those names coming through, especially the American players, perhaps over in the US in colleges, and eventually we hope in the NBA, and then for all of the other teams that competed here, many of them will find their way into the top tier in Europe, as well as perhaps into the college game in America.
Well, we said before, there were dozens of college scouts that made the trip here, as well as NBA scouts checking out some of these players. And they're going to have a lot of these international players on their radars too. And we're going to see a few of them here with the All-Star 5 presentation.
And to make the presentation of the medals to the All-Star 5 and eventually to the MVP for the tournament is the FIBA president, Horacio Moratore.
Velishka, what a fantastic performance from the point guard spot. He's only 16 years old, a year younger than a lot of these guys. The best point guard I think I've ever seen run the pick and roll at his age. He could do it all. And today he was able to shoot the ball the way he did earlier in the tournament. We're going to hear his name a lot in the future.
Led his team to the bronze medal a little earlier. Colin Sexton led his team to the gold.
The most exciting and explosive player in this tournament, could seemingly score at will. He played under 20 minutes a game, but led his team in scoring. Imagine what he could do playing 30 minutes a game.
Zanon Musa, one of the players that we weren't able to witness in the latter stages of the competition from Bosnia and Herzegovina, but what a scorer. And he's already shown what he can do a little on the top stage in Europe at senior level as well.
Well, along with Sexton, maybe the best prospect in this tournament, had a 50-point game in the earlier round.
Here's the big fan favorite, Sergi Martinez, the Spaniard. On home soil, he gets his place in the All-Star 5. Wore himself out a little, I think, towards the end of the tournament after playing long minutes. The overtime game in the semi-final, struggled a little to lead his team to the bronze earlier today.
Well, when you play as many minutes as he's played in this tournament, it's no wonder, but he carried Spain on his back for large parts of this tournament, willed them to the semi-final, and almost came home with a medal.
Averaging around 20 points per game and 12 rebounds per game, Martinez. The last member of the starting All-Star 5 is Wendell Carter Jr. of the US. So we see a couple of Americans in that 5. Wendell Carter Jr. so dominant, only played 15 minutes per game, but averaged double figures and led the team in rebounding. And their confirmation, what a lineup that is.
Man, imagine if that was your team. I don't think you'd lose to anybody. And I think there's no question who the MVP is going to be. It has to be Colin Sexton. Just an incredible player, an incredible talent. We might be watching one of the future NBA All-Stars, future greats.
Well, especially because he led his team to the gold medal as well and provided some of the highlights of the tournament.
Well, that's what you love about him. He played hard on offense, on defense. Didn't matter what the score was. He was here to show out and show what he could do, and did he ever. Let's see if it is indeed Colin Sexton as we get the announcement from Horacio Moratore.
It was inevitable. The human highlight reel, the MVP of the FIBA Under-17 World Championships, leading his team to the golds. 16 points, 8 assists in the gold medal match, an average of 17 points per game to lead the Americans, and did it all rebounds, assists, steals, and all only playing 19 minutes a game. So many awards for that young man, and many more, I'm sure, to come.
Well, there's one of the plays of the tournament off the backboard to Colin Sexton. He plays with so much enthusiasm. It's great to see. It's great to watch. Seems like he's always having fun. We said earlier in one of the earlier games, he's the kind of guy that would play a full game with his team, and when it was over, he'd go to the park with his buddies and play a few more games. He just loves to play.
So now we've had the presentations of the individual medals. We're going to move on to the team medals. And first off, the bronze. Miguel Dalmau, mayor of the city of Utebo, along with Jose Miguel Sierra, the president of the Basketball Federation of Aragon, to present the medals to Lithuania. Well, they really struggled against the USA in the semi-final a couple of days ago. Perhaps we'll feel they could have done a little bit more as the US pulled away before half-time. But they showed today what a team they are and what a team they can be as they progress forwards, led by a member of the starting five, Arnas Velitska, and so many contributors. They certainly turned up today in the bronze medal game and banished the hosts from the podium. Lithuania, the bronze medalists at these under-17 World Championships.
Well, the Lithuania basketball factory keeps churning them out. So many great players coming out of that country, and this team was no different. Today, they put it all together. The outside shot was falling. They played as a team, and one of the best backcourts we saw all tournament long, right up there with the USA backcourt. Velitska, he was the star man, of course, made the All-Star 5. He's a player you're going to hear about a lot in the future. But really all of their guys played so well as a team, ran great offensive sets, probably the best we saw in this tournament. And what a big moment to take home a medal.
Velitska ending up leading the team in scoring, assists and steals. Ignas Sayunas, Lucas Uletskas, another couple of players that we will see, I'm sure, at a higher level. Big contribution inside from Lucas Kaisunas, and contributions all round from the likes of Grantas Vasiliauskas and Vitalius Kozis. Third place at these championships goes to Lithuania. So we move on to this evening's losing finalists. And the presentation of the silver medals will come from Pedro Santisteve, mayor of the city of Zaragoza, along with Jim Tooley, the FIBA Central Board member, and Turgay Demirel, the FIBA Europe president. What a great tournament for Turkey. Big upset wins against Canada and against the host Spain in the semi-final a couple of days ago. Duran, one of the stars of the show, although couldn't quite replicate that performance in the gold medal match as Turkey just fell short. But their first ever appearance at these under-17 FIBA World Championships, and they take home the silver.
They're a little disappointed they lost today, of course, but they're going to go home with a silver medal tomorrow. When they wake up, they're going to feel great about themselves. You know, 20, 30 years from now, you can hang up that medal. You're going to have that forever. How often do you win medals in international competition? I mean, not very often. Sports is such a fickle thing. You could get hurt. You could stop playing. I mean, who knows? These guys might never have this opportunity again. So an incredible achievement for them, and they're going to enjoy it when they get back home. And what we loved about Turkey was how well they played as a team and how much heart they had throughout this tournament.
They've had a great deal of success at youth level in recent years. Gold medalists of the 2012 and 2005 under-16s in the Euros, as well as at the 2014 and 2013 under-18 Euros, the 2014 under-20s as well. Last year they won silver at the under-18 European Championships, bronze at the under-16s and under-20s, as well as bronze at the under-19 World Championships. They have shown with these under-17s as well that they have a basketball program that is working.
Well, absolutely. But it's also the talent, the players coming through. I think Atash is a guy, Duran is a guy. Those are guys you're going to hear about in the future. The team, maybe. A lot to work with for those coaches as they move up to the under-19 level.
Along with Jim Tooley and Turgay Demirel, we'll have the FIBA president back to present the medals. Horacio Muratore to the gold medalists for the 4th straight time at the 4th edition of this tournament. Unbeaten, the United States of America, 30-0. Each and every one a star.
What you love about this USA team is they didn't take anything for granted. They didn't come here and just think they were going to show up and win a medal. They played hard, offensively, defensively, all 12 guys working together.
And the MVP, Colin Sexton, gets a big cheer as well. 16 points, 8 assists in the final, including that highlight reel play right towards the end. Marcus Howard had a good 9 points in the final as well, averaged over double figures. Led his team in scoring in the semi-finals. Gary Trent Jr., we've talked about how efficient he's been throughout the tournament. Another player